DMs saying, do I really think Kyle is going to be let go? I do not think Kyle is going to be let go. We all have seen this report that has surfaced that producers are coming down on her and saying, if you don't show your relationship with Morgan, you're on the chopping block, and there's nothing more in the Mauricio story, which I agree with. I think we could see Mauricio moving out. I think we could see them having like a strange, like, look, if Mauricio is living there, he's going to come home and they're going to be filming. Kyle's not going to Kyle is so in on the game. She'll probably trick Mauricio into saying, come home, I need to talk to you. And he'll walk in and the cameras will be there and she'll do it all just to show the two of them being passing ships in the night. But no, I don't think next season is going to revolve around Kyle and Mauricio. So I still think that Kyle is going to do whatever she has to for the show. I mean, you have to convince Morgan, and Morgan does go out on tour. So it's not a slam dunk, although you're in love with Morgan and she's in love with you. So, I mean, she's going to have to do it because she loves you and you're asking. Isn't that what you do when you love somebody? This is probably why I'm single, because when I don't want to do something, oh God, I just don't do it. So then if I was in love with someone, I would have to do it because they would say, you owe me. And then I would just run for the hills and you would never hear from me again. See what a mess I am? Professional success, personal mess. Always said that. But I don't think Kyle is going anywhere. I do think producers are, yes, of course we want to see Morgan. I would love to see Morgan on the damn show. I mean, we're at a different state than when we saw her this last time. And I think it was clear Kyle was in love with her, but I think it's going to be even more clear when, the show comes back. It's really funny. Rob Minkoff, the headlines for a while were like Crystal's terminated, blah, 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 blah. I don't know on what headline, but Rob commented on one of them and said, damn, I was about to bring it next season. Kind of funny. So I was paid six, or one of the headlines said, Crystal Kong. I mean, all the headlines were the same, that Crystal Kong is let go ahead of next season. And Rob responded like, damn, I was about to bring it next season. Really funny of Rob. God, those husbands, just like when I ran into Harry Hamlin, those husbands are just, is there any husband that is, well, yeah, I guess you could say Joe Gorga would be upset. I guess you could say Ralph Pittman is going to be upset with Drew, and now that she's getting a divorce and he probably won't be on the show. There are husbands, but John Jansen, I mean, he's trying to be a husband any which way he can, but most husbands are probably so happy, so happy. Like Chris Bassett. How happy is Chris Bassett? How happy is Juan Dixon? I mean, they must be so happy. So secretly, I think Rob is a good guy. Seems like he has a great relationship with Crystal. Would have stayed on the show 10 years for her, supported her, but he's probably so happy deep down that Crystal is exiting this. Listen, you want to be in the public eye, you're in the public eye. It's never the same as when you're on the show, but you're still in the public eye. People still know who you are. Crystal will still be able to walk any red carpet she can. And you have money and you have a great life. I mean, Crystal, Kong, and Minkoff, this is truly the best thing that could have happened to you. I mean, live your life, man. Live your life. Trust me. There'll be plenty of Bravo fans, plenty of people listening to this that will want to kiss your ass every minute when they see you at an airport or at a restaurant. So go and live, baby. Go and live. I would love to see Morgan next season. Everyone is asking me how I'm liking the Valley and Vanderpump Villa. You know, both are okay. Both are okay. I think a lot of you actually like Vanderpump Villa better. I I probably like the Valley better just because I think the bones are there. I think for a first season reality show, the bones are there. I mean, we see Danny be just a great husband to Nia. We see Janet might be the silent killer from the side. We have Dodie. I mean, Dodie is just so good. And so is Jax. I mean, love them or hate them. Jax and Dodie know what they're doing. You really forget how these people are so trained at the skill. I mean, is someone thinking of Doty or Jax for Traders Part 2? I mean, Part 3, excuse me. I know we're going to invite all the reality stars, but can we get Kristen Doty or Jackson there? Hey, I mean, I'll watch the other show that's coming out about the GOAT with Joel Zarin and Kristen, and that'll be an interesting one. So, but I actually like Vanderpump Villa. Also, I mean, I don't know how it's doing, but I like it. There is a Marciano and a Hannah, and they are like the Jax and Stassi because they have a past together. And now they are, shocker, both hired to go to France and live together, even though, and Hannah's actually gorgeous, and live together and just, you know, he's professing his love to her and then goes and sleeps with someone else. So it's like Vanderpump messy. Lisa, we get a lot of Lisa in Vanderpump Villa. You get a lot of Lisa. For those looking for Lisa, you get a lot of Lisa on that show, unlike Vanderpump Rules. So there's that. That's interesting, right? Anything else that I want to talk about before I talk about this other New Jersey stuff? I'm trying to think what else is keeping me up at night. Stassi's been talking more and just saying, like, she could have been on the Valley if she wanted to, that she was asked. I agree with that she could have been on the Valley if she wanted to. That it's not her group of people. I don't know. I still think that she, like, she has a third book coming out. Bo is working a little bit, but like really, who turns down money? And I appreciate that. She didn't want to go to work and she didn't want to be around all these people that just really it's not her life, but I don't know. Girl, she would be great on the Valley. I still say bring Sheena and Brock to the Valley. Sheena says she did not buy a house in the Valley just to be on the show. I believe that because let's face it, nobody lives in Beverly Hills that's on the damn Beverly Hills Housewives. So Sutton lives in Bel Air. I believe Crystal lives in Bel Air, but you know what I'm saying. Other than that, they could have worked it out. Right. So there's that. Vanderpump Rules, I'm liking. I'm starting to get over. Starting to get over it. And I don't know how this next season is going to play out, but I do not want to see another season of Tom and Ariana not speaking to each other. So there's that. Other than that, we talked earlier in the week about Mary Cosby. This is being recorded a few days before Saturday, so who knows what's going to happen. She used the R word. Doesn't seem like she's fired or anything. I don't know. Is Mary's career on Housewives going to be over? And is this even going to be shown? And now that it's out there for the world, probably they're probably happy they have something. But Mary, that ain't the word to use, girl. Come on now. That's not an okay word to use. You know better. I mean, shame on you. Could you imagine? I mean, and really, then she posts a picture of her son, and her son is the love of her life, and he is a healthy, grown boy. Imagine, when you have a child that has any type of learning issues or any type of, Jackson Brittany are going through this now with Cruz, we see on the show, where he was advanced and now then he's starting to fall behind his classmates. It's you have to feel for parents. So I feel for parents because it's a lot to handle. Like you look at like Jacqueline Larita, who was on this podcast, she has her hands full. And it's like, of course you love your child, of course. So it's just, I can't imagine. So my heart really just goes out to, so Mary, really, come on, you know better. But I don't know. I think it's a double standard at Bravo. I've talked about this before. We have Jax and Kristen back. And when we want people on our TV screens, we keep them on. And when we don't, and it's convenient for us to make a